points over and over, how he was conservative, how he woke up because white nationalists have finally taken off the mask, and how that was his line in the sand. He doesn't actually address any of the damning clips. It's a 9-minute video trying to get the narrative back on his side. But I won't let him do that, because what I really want to talk about is the whole nonsense with this 17-year-old girl who he allegedly paid to get some box out of.
Whoa, that nigga just, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? He just threw that shit at us. Like, what the fuck? I did not expect that in this video. The pro-black grifter gets exposed by DH, man. You know what I'm saying? This is about Poetic Flacco apparently be getting exposed online and shit about being a grifter. They calling him out about this shit, so we about to check it out. Let's get into it.
After educating myself on this nigga, I can confidently say he is a creep, he's a coon.
Hold on. Damn, nigga, hold on.
He is a grifter, in my opinion, of course. And I also want to say shout out to Point and Shoot Forever for covering all of this and providing all of the information, because without him we would not have seen just how much of a two-faced liar Poetic Jala is. From perpetuating anti-black sentiments.
What the hell? This early? I never seen this shit. This is when he was early on.
White supremacist. Poetic Jala is a pro-black grifter in every sense of the word.
Poetic Jala.
Not only is he a grifter, but he is allegedly a creep and potentially a predator. But if you're curious on this T-twin, you might as well come and tap in. Comment for the algorithm. So to keep this video simple, I'm just gonna go clip by clip, anti-black rhetoric by anti-black rhetoric, and I'm gonna commentate on it. Shout out to Point and Shoot, because he's the reason I've been able to see all of this. He's the one who really broke the story first, and without him, we would not be here. He deserves way more praise than me, so go and check him out. But let's get to the first clip, and this is Poetic Jala defending Danny Mullen.
Be like, okay, a black guy's yelling at me. I guess I gotta just.
And that's why I love Danny. I told you, right? This is why I think Danny is the greatest white boy ever. Cause, like, for example, white boys who would like come here, and, you know, say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," you know, Black Lives Matter type, right? Just bend over, right?
He did agree to go to the neighborhood and do a toy drive.
Danny's the white boy who goes say, "F that, bro. I said it. I stand on the edge."
Ooh, yeah, Poetic Flacco, you African for real, bro. I'm sorry.
Danny's the white boy who goes say, "F that, bro."
Like, come on, bro. That nigga African for real, bro. Hell no, boy. Damn. Yeah, you might be a little anti-black. I ain't gonna lie.
Immediately, this is a tap dancer. This is Uncle Ruckus. He is shucking and jiving for
That nigga got the toes all out in this bitch, and with the sounds, you know.
His presence. He's praising Danny Mullen for having overt and blatant racism, and he's praising him because he isn't like a BLM type of white guy. In other words, these racist white folks can point to Poetic Jala as proof that as long as they're overt and blatant with their racism, they can still get brownie points and respect. This is raccoon behavior, because all he's doing is virtue signaling to white people on a white man's platform.
Right.
As someone who's been covering Chud the Builder in the Nolan Wells case and trying to position himself as this pro-black figure that combats white supremacy, all he's doing.
And we already know that nigga already done said so many times, I done made 100K, I done made 100K, I done made, he made 100K off these videos. He was spamming that shit.
By giving them brownie points for being racist. And what's frying me is that in another clip, he starts doing the leg dance over a Latina who says nigga.
They had guns and everything. They locked me in the car, and the guys tried to...
Check it.
The guys tried to...
Check it. Hey, like, hey, yo, you don't be saying that shit. I be like, you be saying that shit a lot? Check it.
They about to get
Check
your
it.
ass. Oh boy, they about to listen to
Not you. The only black nigga in there. Not you. Not you gonna get her. That he says they.
They about to go.
Fat ass.
They about to get your ass. Oh boy, they about to listen.
Your big ass Flacco. Get your big ass. God damn.
The Reddit about to go crazy on you. No,
and that tells a lot about her, because she be saying that shit in private. She was comfortable saying that shit. Niggas.
They had guns and everything. They locked me in the car, and the guys tried to... The guys...
Ooh, they about to get your ass. Oh boy, they about to listen. The Reddit about to go crazy on you. No, was it niggas though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We all hate. She has a trauma past. Try to kill her. Right?
No, Flacco, no, Flacco, no, bro. Fuck.
Listen, I'll be real, bro. If a white person...
No, Flacco, no, bro.
Sorry.
No.
So, put up. Go ahead.
So then, yeah, and they just dragged me out the car.
What's so
Why the nigga zoomed into his hand, bro?
So
Why that nigga zoomed into that nigga hand, bro?
Then yeah, and they just dragged me out the car.
What's so nasty about this clip is that he even asks her, was it niggas though? Which is weird in and of itself because he's
And then her dumb ass
basically
gonna say yes too. Yes.
oh, because the situation did have black men involved, that means it's okay that you refer to them as niggas. And that is probably one of the most raccoon sentiments I've heard in a while. And then tries to play defense by saying she has like a traumatic past. This is the epitome of tap dancing. And I'll even give him some grace to say it's one thing to be uncomfortably silent and not say anything, but it's another thing to joke around and essentially enable it by treating this situation as if it's just something that's light and willy-nilly. This random Latina drops the word nigga, and then instead of condemning her or even
Cause nigga gotta understand, bro. It's not about like people be so they don't understand that shit. Like instead of just asking people why, they really don't be understanding that shit. It's what that shit stands for, bro. Like you don't know where that word comes from. You don't know the history. You don't know none of that shit. So it's like you don't need to be saying that shit, bro.
of the studio.
Cause at first I ain't gonna lie, I was like indifferent. I didn't know how to feel about people saying that shit. But now, like, now I know where that shit come from. Now I know what that shit stand for. I don't fuck with anybody outside the black race even saying that shit, bro. Cause y'all, you didn't go through what we went through. You don't understand. I'm not saying y'all race didn't go through shit. I'm just saying y'all didn't experience what we did. So didn't say nigga, bro. Simple. Simple, bro. It's all it
He
is.
starts shucking and
Bro, if Hispanics had a word and they always said that shit, and all they could say, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say my word.
and trying to
I'm not gonna say they shit.
an excuse and talking about
Bro, stop, bro. Shucking, bro. This nigga's
how
crazy.
white people did this.
This nigga funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie.
As well. Bro, get out of here. And I really think he should have just left this studio because you can't argue with these type of people. These type of people are anti-black. They don't respect black people enough to not even say that word. But you can't be surprised that Poetic Jala is in those rooms because he did say he would sell his soul to the white man.
Like white dude, right? Salt and pepper. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? So Adam sits, then I go and sit. And they ask me, bro, do you want to sell your soul? At first, I'm like, bro, I'm offended. Because why would y'all even ask? Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
In Point and Shoot's video, he basically plays this clip to aid his argument that Poetic Flacco is in this for the money. Can't exactly disagree with that.
Of course he
not
is.
Only are there tons of clips that are just very contradictory to his current persona, but I mean,
And there's nothing wrong with it for being in it for money. But that shouldn't be the only thing you're in it for, though. Impact, all that shit. He's just in it for money.
Cameron
Just for money.
to admit that he would sell his soul for money, and he's offended that people would even ask him that. And the person
That nigga said he tired of living in the trenches. Fuck that shit.
is the white man. These type of black capitalists are some of the biggest villains in the black community because they are willing to sell us out for a couple of dollars. They are willing to be personal lapdogs to these white supremacists and these racists. And with Poetic Flacco being an immigrant, he's really hurting the black immigrant PR, and he's really aiding the stereotypes that they do not like us.
Nah,
My theory is that
he's an immigrant. Makes sense.
some black immigrants have this idea that because
A lot of them
born
do.
in America,
Not some, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
they're able to differentiate themselves from us and them. Maybe that's why Jala didn't want reparations, and that's why he was agreeing with Nick Fuentes.
Their ancestors suffered. So in principle, I'm opposed to it for that as well.
Yeah, I'm not an FBA, so I'm not getting any, coins. Like, do you want to respond back or no?
Wait, so you think AD would be a recipient and you wouldn't be?
Yeah, right.
I
You'd be the
definitely would be a
beneficiary.
recipient.
Yeah, I wouldn't since I'm not.
I mean, our people was brought to this country, you know what I'm saying, like forcefully.
And now, what's your opinion on white liberals? I believe that they're our number one enemy.
You're like repeating his talking points back at him.
Who, Nick?
And it just
hell
sounds like,
no.
yeah, you are. It sounds less racist. No one's going to call you a saying the same shit Nick said.
I've never heard Nick say that. But go ahead, Nick.
Keep in mind, bro, Nick Fuentes is literally just a white supremacist. He's a white nationalist. He does not like black people, and he is regularly saying the N-word. But you got Poetic Jala, this money-hungry hippo, only worrying
Bro, DH be frying these niggas, bro. He called that nigga a hippo, bro. He like that nigga Moto off Madagascar. You know those? shit and fucking
reparations
insane.
that Black Americans could potentially receive. And then in that second clip, Jala gets called out for repeating Nick Fuentes' talking points back at him. But what stood out to me is how he said that white liberals were their #1 enemy. Don't get me wrong, I think that white folks that LARP as left-leaning and liberals, they can be a problem. But to say they're our #1 enemy is just crazy in and of itself, because we have the MAGA people, we have the conservatives, we have the Republicans, we have the far right, we have the extreme right, the radical right. We have all these people that are right on the Overton window that you could actually have beef with, but you're choosing white liberals as your #1 enemy. That doesn't make sense to me. The problem with modern day America is that people are on the right. There is no reason to be on the right. To be on the right is to be anti-human. What exactly are conservatives trying to conserve if not racist America?
I was watching this YouTuber Young Don reaction. He made a perfect point, bro. Everything that we have now was like people like, bro, I don't think anybody should be conservative. Maybe not, maybe there's some things, but not everything, because it's like the shit that we have now, like women's rights and all that shit. At one point, that was progressive shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's normal. So it's like for you to be a conservative, what you want all that shit to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's tend to be progressive. Everything that's good, most likely progressive. It been some bad shit, but I'm saying like everything moving forward, a lot of shit that we enjoy today was for progressives, not fucking no fucking conservative. If it was up to them, we'd still be back in the 1950s.
Your future, you have to be open to new ideas. You have to be open to loving people.
Facts.
You have to be open
to ideas and changing. You know what I'm saying? He's saying the same thing I'm about to say. You got to be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, stop that ignorant ass shit. That cause you don't know, you feel me? You don't like learning and experience a shot of your comfort zone. Like, stop being ignorant, bro.
What is from the past. So I just can't get down with this guy saying that liberals are the #1 enemy and agreeing with everything a white supremacist is saying. And keep in mind, this is the same guy that is now masquerading as a pro-black voice and a pro-black liberation type of commentary figure. He is full of shit. Since I don't want to just flat out rip Point Issues video, I'm just going to talk about this blog post from 2016 where Poetic Flacco is talking about how black people should not be in the Democrat Party. If you're a Negro and reading this, chances are you identify as a Democrat, but are you really a Democrat? In the
if you are a Negro, bro, we were in the 1960s, bro. This nigga said if you are a Negro.
Democrat equal free stuff. Free stuff, and Obama. That being said, if black folks took a break from standing in line for Section 8 applications and actually introspect a little, they will realize that their own personal philosophies don't align with the ideology of a Democrat. Example, walk down the block and ask Pookie. Now I'm just gonna stop there because it's
that nigga some shit, boy.
Just full of anti-black dog whistles, like the word Pookie, like the fact that he's calling us Negroes, and even the fact he's trying to
saying Negroes is fucking insane.
That black people are just looking for handouts and free stuff. These are all anti-black.
That's what we doing. We want handouts.
#1, black people will never align with the Republican Party. That is the party for straight white men and barely even white women. Because if you're just even
they want you to be they want you to be just in the house cooking and cleaning. So yeah.
That straight white men want to oppress their women just as much as they want to oppress the rest of the world. For him to even try to claim that black people should be Republicans in 2016 is just nonsense. This is the same party which gutted the Voting Rights Act, which led to a bunch of aggressive Republican gerrymanders all across the country. And this is the same party whose de facto leader is intentionally trying to erase black history. And yet this clown, this hungry hippopotamus, is trying to make the claim that black people have a place in the Republican Party. He is a grifter. And if Poetic Flacco did just a smidge of introspection and just a smidge of research, he'd understand why black people have suffered economically. The effects of slavery are felt well into the modern era, but these white supremacists and these racist white folks want you to believe that's not the case. Everything that black people go through stems from the fact that we have not been properly compensated and not properly liberated from the harmful.
I agree, because if you really look at it, bro, everybody else did. Like I think with the Japanese got reparations. I think who else got that shit? I think Jews did too and all that. I think they both got reparations and shit.
It goes beyond reparations.
Don't quote me. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but I think.
Because these systems
I might be wrong.
Are fundamentally built on the suffering of black people. So for him to say something as brazen as this and as confident as this in a 2016 blog post tells you exactly who Poetic Jala is. He's not this pro-black man. He's not this face of black liberation. He's a hungry hippo and he loves money. That's exactly
Moto.
Sell his soul to the white man. Now let's
talk about Moto.
Super vague response to all of the criticism.
Who had a real critique. And the comment was, Flacco, you got some explaining to do. In the comment section and like in the thread, sorry, not threads, but the replies of the YouTube comments, not threads, because threads are a whole different thing. But in the replies, there were people pointing out, bro, Flacco, we've seen videos of you as a conservative. Now you're more left leaning. What happened? What was the change? Why did you change? What's going on? And I certainly feel like, one, nobody is above accountability. Two, nobody is above being called to the carpet and taking accountability.
All right.
And immediately, Poetic Flacco is being disingenuous because it goes beyond him being a conservative. People want you to address the various clips of you being anti-black. They want you to address the times that you was talking to Nick Fuentes. They want you to address all the times that you were in these white spaces and disparaging black people. It's not just you being conservative and you being born into a conservative household, which is what he's gonna say. So let's continue.
I spent a lot of my life in North Dakota, right? And North Dakota is overwhelmingly
Bro,
conservative.
that nigga grew up in nowhere, bro. North what? Like, obviously I know where North Dakota is, but it's like, bro, that shit ain't nothing, bro.
Is Republican.
Who's from North Dakota?
Mostly, like, damn near everybody, like, I know is
Yeah, it makes
conservative
sense they would be Republican. Ain't nothing out there.
in North Dakota. It's one of those things where you don't really even think about it. Even like certain quote unquote Democrats or conservative, it's just a place where conservatives are. All right, like North Dakota is just overwhelmingly conservative. It's probably one of the most conservative places on planet Earth. I was even raised in a really conservative household. My father was a conservative African man. To this day, he's still conservative. To this day, my father is still conservative, and he don't even live in America anymore.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you grow up conservative, you're gonna have some pretty lame views. But my question is, did growing up in a conservative
Some pretty
household
lame
make it
views.
be okay to just converse very casually with anti-black people like Nick Fuentes? Did being a conservative teach you to laugh off and excuse Latinas saying the N-word in a room full of non-black people? Did growing up as a conservative teach
Bro,
you
stop
to
showing that
laugh
shit, bro. Stop showing that shit.
He's not actually addressing.
He showing us that nigga meat, man. Stop doing that. And his legs moving and shit.
Saying that he was a conservative. And that's
The
all
fuck?
this video really is. It's him saying that his line in the sand was the fact that white nationalism and white supremacy was on the rise. That was his wake-up call from conservatism. It was when Trump came back and he started seeing all these people going full mask off with their white supremacy. Even though all these white supremacists have been very, very obvious the entire time. It was very obvious when he was on call with Nick Fuentes, who had been banned from many platforms at that time, and is still very obvious in the modern era of 2026. And here's the thing, bro. Even after he says, I'm sorry, he goes on to say that he's a moderate, but his politics don't come before the mission of black liberation.
Yeah, all right.
And I take full accountability for everything. All right. People have wondered, Flacco, what exactly is your politics? I still consider myself a moderate. Again, if you watch this channel, like, you're not surprised that Flacco is a quote unquote moderate. So I do consider myself a moderate. But again, my politics don't come before my mission of black liberation.
And I'm just gonna have to fully disagree with this because you cannot be moderate and be pro-black. I honestly think the only way you can be pro-black is to be extremely left-leaning. Black people are at the bottom of the food chain in this racist system. We don't need any tepid or lukewarm moderates or lukewarm centrists. We need people that are radical and are to the left. You can't claim to be for black liberation while straddling the middle, while straddling the fence. And to me, that's that
Being like a fence sitter
behavior that's poking out in this apology video. But look, I know I didn't go over it as in-depth as I could, but frankly, all he's doing is just repeating the same points over and over. How he was conservative, how he woke up because white nationalists have finally taken off the mask, and how that was his line in the sand. He doesn't actually address any of the damning clips. It's a 9-minute video trying to get the narrative back on his side. But I won't let him do that, because what I really want to talk about is the whole nonsense with this 17-year-old girl who he allegedly paid to get some box out of.
Whoa, that nigga just, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? He just threw that shit at us. Like, what the fuck? Like, I did not expect that in this video. What crazy.
Only Wales a kid in your eyes. The 18-year-old that died were all them white people. Was he a kid in your eyes?
Contradicting again.
Was he a kid in your eyes? Yes or no?
Again, we exposing you for.
Was he a kid? Yes or no?
Again, you're trying to deflect.
He won't answer the question. There's a reason. Nolan Wells was a kid at 18 when he died with all them white people with that little girl you paid for that was freshly 18 when she put 2024/2025 and her birthday's November 7th. That only leaves 2 months.
Hey, exposing this nigga, bro. What the fuck? Oh, if this shit is real, that's crazy.
2024, where she was of age. That's scary. That's scary. That's what you should be answering to.
Man.
Here is how you know niggas lost, right? Because
Now I know that clip seems very crazy, but let me give you guys some context.
I need some facts. I need give me some facts, and then I'll go with it. Cause that could just be a claim. He could be trying to make him look bad.
Be paying for the box. But in this particular instance, he paid an 18-year-old for some box. The man who was talking to Jala is asking him if he considers Nolan Wells, who was an 18-year-old when he died, as a kid. Why did this change when he paid an 18-year-old for the box? But the story gets even crazier because this particular 18-year-old was born on November 7 in 2006. And I'm gonna show you later, but she
Say Reddit post about the situation, alleged convo from the girl herself. Flacco kind of exposed himself in that video, and I don't think that he even realized it. His whole defense was that the girl said she was born in November 7, 2006, so he's using that to claim she's 20 now. But that's not what matters. The allegation was this happened around the time of his interview with the K7 The Finesser, which was posted March 7, 2024, and likely filmed weeks or months before that. Do the math, and it doesn't help him at all. That would make her 17 at best, and only for a few months. If that interview sat before being uploaded, there are a real chance she had turned safe to over 16 when they first met, and he even admitted he paid for that high school sophomore box. He was bragging about it. His whole defense was just she was 18. Lord.
Post on Instagram saying that her and Flacco were involved from 2024 to 2025. And based on the fact that she has a late November birthday, that would mean that from November 7th and onward, that's when she turned 18. But if she was involved with him from 2024 to 2025, that would mean that Poetic Flacco was paying an underage girl for the box. And that's why this guy is arguing with him on this podcast. And that's what we're going to talk about in this section.
Ooh.
Hey, you about to look stupid. You know they clipping this, right?
stop deflecting.
Hey, did you pay for the 18? Because I'm being nice calling her 18-year-old.
Called you a liar. You's a fraud and a liar. Get the proof, bitch ass.
Hang up. Are you done?
Again, bro, you's a fuck.
Ain't nobody taking Poetic Flacco seriously. Like, that nigga, I ain't gonna say too much. That nigga soft as hell. He be stuttering too. You can't take that nigga serious.
Are you done?
Again, bro, you's a fuck nigga, right?
Bro, you Adam 22 laughing at that nigga. Crazy.
She is. I'm being nice, bro.
No, it's changing, right?
No. She... Oh my God. You see how guilty this sounding, right? Hey, bro. Hey, listen. Listen, bro. Hey, why you so upset, bro?
And that's a man named Munchie B confronting him.
That nigga too upset.
Podcast and just merely asking him a simple question: did you or did you not pay an 18-year-old for the box? But instead of clearly just answering that with a yes or no, Poetic Jala is just crashing out and yelling on the phone. And just like Munchie B said, this man sounds so guilty because if it was just an 18-year-old, if this was
why are you crashing out?
He wouldn't be crashing out. He wouldn't be getting out of character. He wouldn't risk having veins pop out all over his hippopotamus body. He would just answer the question in a calm manner and defend himself. But instead of just calmly defending himself, he proceeds to yell on the phone. And then the following
they just laughing at them. They're not taking him serious at all.
On her story, she say, I'm not explaining nothing. You know what I'm saying? We was effing from 2024 to 2025. 2024, she was 17. She was born in 06. Right now, she will be 19. And she will be 20 in November later this year.
She didn't say she was. She didn't say they lying on Poetic Flacco. She didn't say that. She didn't, and she's not. She's pointing to the fact that he, bro, that's crazy.
Or is it December? Yeah, okay, November later this year. You is a predator. I wish the audio didn't mess up earlier so I could play the rest of it, but I'm gonna make it a whole different video so I can just play the whole thing. When you was sounding dumb on the phone, I just made you look stupid on B-Team. The Tuesday show when he called in, where's the proof? He called me a bitch, whatever. He called me a bitch. He said I'm fraud. She said I was lying. She said I was lying. He said I was lying. Bro, right here on the screenshot, the girl said that y'all guarded in 2024, 2025. She's 19 right now. and everybody in the chat know math.
That was the Instagram story screenshot that I was talking about. She is a late November baby. She's only 2 months older than me. I was born in January, so she's damn near an 07 baby. Based on her birthday and the timeline of when her and Flacco were involved with each other, he would only have after November 7th of 2024 for her to be 18. And if they were involved with each other all throughout 2024 before November,
and mind you, what I think, how old is Poet Flacco, bro? Okay, we seeing right here that obviously this nigga is 28 years old. So this nigga over here, 28 years old and shit, fucking went 17, 18, 10 years is fucking senior, bro. That shit is insane. Fucking insane, bro.
If that's the case and he's paying an underage girl to sleep with him, that's not only lame, but that's statutory. So
the EDP brother right there.
Poetic Jala has a lot of explaining to do. So with all of that being said, it's clear to me that Poetic Jala still has numerous things he still needs to address, especially this 17-year-old thing.
He's not gonna address that shit. He's not gonna address that shit. He'll be stupid too.
Stuff is crazy, yes, that stuff is wrong, and he gave us a half-ass explanation. But if this guy is truly paying underage girls to sleep with him, something needs to be done. He can't masquerade as this pillar in the black community, this face of black liberation, while having intercourse in a very exploitative way. Then when he's confronted about it, instead of giving us a clear and concise answer, he gets mad and he yells over the phone. But I can't be surprised because instead of properly addressing the grifting allegations, he instead opts for a very vague response and hides behind the cover of being a reformed conservative. But I'm really curious about what y'all think of this. And that's really all I had to say though. So
man, if this shit real, that nigga's a weirdo, bro. We be watching him all the time, so I don't know, bro. That shit crazy. But I think he would be stupid to address that shit, man. But that's the end of the video by DH. Another W video by my boy. But if y'all enjoyed that video, please subscribe, comment, share this video. Do all that, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.